A couple of brown-skinned people in there, and talk about diverse. You want to talk about a big? Everybody's talking about how the Republicans are not an inclusive party. I don't know how much bigger of a tent you can get when you have the kind of diversity running for president that the Republicans have right now. I mean, the Democrats have never had such a diverse ticket before. This is incredible. And these people were not coerced into running just for appearance sake. Look, you got Ben Carson right in the smack in the middle of the GOP. Hey, look, that takes a lot of white Republicans supporting that man because obviously there are not currently a whole hell of a lot of open black Republican conservatives out there. So it's going to take a lot of white Republicans to support Ben Carson to have him, being in the top 10. So where's the racism there? I don't see it. You've got a governor of a southern state, Bobby Jindal, who happens to be of Indian descent. And he wasn't talked in. He just felt that he could make a contribution and possibly win the nomination, so he jumped in the race. Where is that on the Democrat side? Look, hey, you got a black president, great, but look at who wants to be president now, who thinks that they can be president on your side. It's all a bunch of white people. Here on the Republican side, man, we got a black guy, we got a couple of Latinos, we got a couple of, we got an Indian. Where's your diversity? Now, all those people have to be supported by what? By who? By white people. Because let's face it, there are not that many Indians from India in the United States. So to say that Bobby Jindal he's going to rely on the Indian constituency in this country to be elected, that ain't happening. And for Dr. Carson, he's going to rely on trying to switch all the blacks over to vote for him. One, blacks are not going to vote for Dr. Carson en masse. And two, even if they all did, it wouldn't be enough to elect him. So, they may help to elect him, kind of like they helped Barack Obama being elected, but they can't elect him all by, blacks can't elect Dr. Carson all by themselves. It's going to take some obvious white support. I'm just pointing out, I know some people are saying, what are those commercials for hotels.com, Captain Obvious? Well, he may be Captain Obvious, but I'm being General Obvious right now. 4-star General Obvious. And the obvious thing is that any of those candidates, especially those with an ethnic background on the Republican side, they're going to, just like Barack Obama, they're going to need white support. And they already have enough white support, white Republican conservative voter support, to be in the top 10. Think about that. They already got enough white conservative Republican support to be in the top 10 in a field of more than 17. That's saying a lot. So, when a Democrat says, well, the Republicans are just racist. Oh, really? Well, then, Lucy, Republican or the liberal Lucy, explain this to me then. Explain something. So this whole notion that I'm sick and tired of hearing it. Republicans are not the racist party. Flat out. The Democrats are the home of the home of the racist. The home of the coward and the home of the racist. Plain and simple, that's the Democratic Party. And anybody else who sympathizes with the Democratic Party, I'm going to lump in and call, well, you're probably a racist too. Plain and simple. Look, it is the historically speaking, it's the party of slavery. It is the party of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. It is the party of the skinheads. It is the party of the neo-Nazis. It is the party of socialists. It is the party of the communists. So, how in the hell can anybody say that Republicans are, they're the racist, gigantic government types of really? So you have all those factions and groups who are known bigots and racist and big government supporters in the Democratic Party, on the Democratic ticket, on the Democratic side, but it's the Republicans that are exclusive, non-inclusive, bigoted, homophobic, racist. Y'all, but look, hey, if it weren't for the log cabin Republican, we would still have don't ask, don't tell in the military. Just saying. So even when it comes to gays, it seems like the Republicans actually do more. Now the liberal Democrats, sure, they scream and demand and try to scare the hell out of you more than anybody else, but it is the Republicans that actually get things done. Now, agree or disagree with, the don't ask, don't tell policy or getting rid of the policy is irrelevant. The point is that you have all these Democrats out there who are saying, yeah, well, you Republicans are homophobic and blah, 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 and you don't support gays, you don't like gays, and all of a sudden we have this Republican group of gays who are, Republican gays who actually go out there and sue the federal government and the president to get rid of don't ask, don't tell, and they succeed. But who takes credit? No, they're not out there tooting their horn saying, yeah, we did it. No, that's the left out there running around yelling and screaming, yeah, we did it. Well, you didn't do a damn thing. All you did was scream about it. All you did was, call everybody who didn't agree with your lifestyle names. The ones who actually just decided, hey, here, we got a legal case here. Let's do something about it. They're log cabin Republicans. They did something. Maybe the party of action. Maybe that's what we should call Republicans. Party of action. Although now that, you got to be careful because the Republican leadership is not party of action there. I mean, those Bonnier and McConnell are not action orientated. There's I guess there's scuttlebutt on Capitol Hill that Bonnier's speakership is in trouble. Dear God, I hope so. But I saw something in passing today that said that Bonnier was going to have to making a deal with Nancy Pelosi in order for him to keep his speakership. I'm like, what? You don't make a deal with the enemy. Well, maybe Pelosi isn't such an enemy after all if he's making a deal with her and they can strike a deal. I don't know what kind of deal. Hey, Nancy, there's a little bit of mutiny going on in the Republican Party, and I might need some Democrat support here in order to keep my speakership. Now, I wonder what Nancy's going to get in return for giving that support, if that's, if that scuttlebutt, that rumor happens to be true. I wonder what kind of she's an airhead, yes. But she's probably out there telling the Democrats, well, we have to keep Bonnier in the speakership in order to find out what he wants to do. And that would be, keeping hardline constitutional conservatives and things that they support off the House floor. That would be, that would be the bargain that he would be making with Pelosi. Hey, we're, some of these things we'll just bring up so it looks like we're doing something, but they won't go anywhere. I promise you, Nancy. But as long as you guys support me to remain, because if I'm not speaker, they're liable to bring up somebody who's a real conservative, real and then you guys would be toast. Democrats would be toast. Because if Bonnier were to lose the speakership, and the House Republicans actually elected a more conservative and a more effective and assertive speaker. Oh, and they actually started passing real bills and putting the pressure on the Senate and the president, and actually getting some things passed and done. Oh, you are gonna see even more Democrats be turned out in 2016 in the House. Oh yeah, and I think Nancy knows that. And she obviously doesn't want that to happen, because the best way in order for the Democrats to regain some of the seats that they've lost is to make the Republicans ineffective. That's the best way for them to do it. Well, actually, it's the only way for them to do that. So, it is what it is on that one. But we'll have to wait and see about the Bonnier thing. I don't know what the fact and rumor right now are entwined. So we really don't know what the real scoop is, what the real skinny is, if you will, on that yet. Because, a lot of the scuttlebutt is being reported as being real news, but I'm reading some of it and thinking, well, that can't, that's suspect. That can't be true. They even said that this is a rumor, and they're calling this fact. And, one source is saying it's a fact, and another source is saying it's a rumor and speculation and blah. So we don't know really the true nature of how bad Bonnier may be, how deep Bonnier may be in it. We don't know yet. My guess is that we're going to find out pretty soon. If any of this stuff is true, that's going to challenge his leadership as far as being speaker. We're going to find out pretty damn soon. Especially if we don't. There are no congressmen running. Are there? Did I miss somebody? Is there a Republican congressman in the GOP field of 17 plus? Evidently, they're going to be in the bottom. Let's say the bottom 10. I don't think so. I have to go through the names again. This is Gawker. You heard about Gawker? What Gawker tried to do to Donald Trump? Speaking of the top name in the GOP, this is actually pretty darn funny. Now I got to tell you, when Donald Trump gave out Lindsey Graham's cell phone number, Lindsey Graham actually did something that was pretty cool. His video response to destroying, his phones, well, multiple phones, but it's supposed to be his phone. I thought that was pretty cool and pretty classy of Lindsey Graham. Now, Lindsey is usually he's a stupid moderate, yes, but he's a pretty classy guy. I'll give him that. And his response to Trump giving out his number was a pretty funny, classy, down-to-earth kind of response. Now, Gawker thought that they were going to get Donald Trump for doing that by giving out Donald Trump's cell phone number. Now, Donald Trump did something that, again, typical Donald, but also rather classy, that sort of just put slammed the lid on Gawker. Donald Trump basically smacked Gawker with a golf club across the head. He did a Tiger Woods. I should say Elin Norgan Woods on Gawker. Donald Trump evidently, instead of all these people calling Donald Trump's phone and trying to piss off Donald, that kind of thing, Donald just simply recorded a new voicemail intro message that invited everybody calling him to support his campaign and to join him. And that is a classic. Now, some people say that Donald is unsophisticated and he's not polished. He's a successful businessman. Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows exactly how to get responses and to get what he wants. And let me tell you, that was a beautiful response. Because all these people are going to call that cell phone number trying to block his number and jam him up and get him pissed off. Instead, all Donald Trump says, hey, since you're calling, why don't you join my campaign? That was beautiful.